Before we start, this whole video will be subbed in Tagalog, aka Filipino. Hello everyone, as you've read the title, you probably came here wondering what this is about. If you haven't heard, I'll give you a brief summary, and then I'll show you evidence of clips of where I said everything and where everything was said, and there will be timestamps below, so feel free to check everything out. I made a statement saying how MPL PH production is lacking compared to Indo, and because of that, I enjoyed watching Indo more. I explicitly stated that MPL PH is better in terms of gameplay. I then proceeded to state that Indonesian production is objectively better than PH. I then talked about production differences and gave examples of what I liked more in Indo than in PH. And all examples were production related only. It is about 2 minutes, and link to the clip and the live stream was from below. If you already know, you can click this timestamp to skip that whole thing and proceed to the next part. I haven't watched much of MPL PH, because I've always enjoyed MPL Indo more than PH, but like, the team watches MPL PH a lot. I've always just gravitated more towards Indo. It's always been more entertaining. PH gets a little stale sometimes. PH more actor oriented? Well, I think gameplay wise, PH is better for sure. I just enjoy Indo more. I think PH, like pure gameplay, is probably better. Indo is just a lot more entertaining. Indo cheer girls are better? I'm saying the Indonesian cameraman is better. Indonesia production is just objectively better than PH. Like, not even a joke. The production in Indonesia is just so much better than PH. Like, I'll watch Indonesia between games, like actually for the cameraman and when they like what they do for the in-between stuff. But like PH, I just click off. I don't care. Well, also the difference is PH a lot of times they interact more with the fans, and I'm not hating on fans or anything, but they're not the same as like interacting with content creators or pros and whatnot. Because pros, they know how to entertain. That's like their job, is to entertain. So they know how to keep an audience like their attention and whatnot. But PH, a lot of the times I see them go to fans, and it's just like what am I watching? You know, it's a fan. They don't know how to be entertaining because they're just nervous and stuff. I don't want to hate on people. I'm not expecting them to be entertaining. It's just like, I think if you purely want to have more views and whatnot, you gotta coordinate your in-between game stuff a little better. Just for, it's like who can be more awkward. Yeah, basically. But Indo, a lot of time they'll have like guest content creators or significant people, or like CEOs of orgs just randomly there, and they intervene, and you're just like, okay, it's a little bit more engaging and whatnot. Of course, PH though, gameplay for sure. I need to use the restroom. I'm gonna bring my phone because I don't want to dodge. I'll be right back. Now, after watching this clip, I will show you what the PH casters and hosts referenced and talked about regarding what I said. I will not explain any of this beforehand, as you will probably be able to see what is wrong with what they said and how they manipulated my words to make me sound like I'm being super offensive and illogical.
Pero meron akong hindi na-expect.
Okay.
Etong Gaiman Gladiators XP-laner Fwydchickn stated that he finds MPL Philippines stale compared to MPL Indonesia. Ano nga ba? Ano ba ibig sabihin nun?
I mean, he basically called MPL Philippines boring, right? I've always enjoyed MPL ID more than MPL PH. I've always just gravitated more towards them. It's always been more entertaining. It gets a little stale sometimes.
Gets a little stale?
Stale.
Even though tayo yung pinaka-magaling?
Okay, ilan ulit yung championship natin sa series?
So baka kasi nasanay na talagang ang galing-galing natin.
I mean,
pero hindi ba dapat nandito siya nung last World Championship? Pero
anunin kasi nila. No?
Pero wala. Baka kasi boring din yung playstyle niya.
Huwag kang ganyan. Huwag kang ganyan. You gotta calm down at that part, right? Pero this time, kung hindi sila medyo makakuha ng panalo, kayo! May chance kayong manalo ng...
Before I show you the rest of the clips, there's something to keep in mind here. The clip I just showed you was from MPL PH Week 3 Day 1. The following clips I will show you is from the following day of MPL PH. Something you'll notice is that in these next clips, they don't directly say my name anymore and just refer to me indirectly as someone who said MPL PH is boring.
Now, after our boring match and discussions kahapon, Hans, marami naman kasi nagsasabi na iba-iba yung definition ng pagiging boring.
Alright.
So, how about you? What's boring for you?
Yung boring siguro para sa akin yung kapag nakikisali ka naman tas di ka naman kasali. Right? I feel like wala ka bang life? Ganun, wala bang buhay. I mean, that's just me. Alright? Pero ikaw, what's boring for you?
Ang boring siguro sa akin yung puro talk, puro dada. Pero hindi naman nananalo. Yun ang boring sa akin.
Yep. I feel like I absolutely agree with what you've mentioned. Manalo muna kasi. Di ba? Manalo muna kasi.
Exactly. Dapat kasi manalo.
Real.
Now, anyway...
Gentlemen, I heard we were kind of boring. You're sleeping over there, Wolf.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. That was like...
There's been some trending discussions about boring. What do you think about this, Rockhart?
The definition of boring, that's actually something that's very interesting because everyone wants that action, but wins don't always equate to action. Kills don't always equate to wins.
Yeah. Hey, don't remind me. I was trending in MPL Indonesia for quite a while because I said in their stream, in their English broadcast, while they're interviewing their official broadcast, I mean, that MPL ID is entertaining, but entertaining doesn't mean the best. For those who said that MPL PH is boring, wait for the next match.
Or just bait things out? Highlight, is this boring?
That caught me by surprise.
Let us know.
Is this boring, guys?
Gusto lang ito tanongin kasi dami nagtatanong eh. Boring ba yung mga laban dito?
Boring ba, guys?
Boring ba?
Hindi! Hindi boring dito. Kasama natin si Kyle, ang super fan ng Echo. Oh, sabi nila kasi, boring daw dito sa MPL Philippines. Of course not. Oh, bakit? Bakit hindi boring? Bakit nga ba magiging boring? Bakit pa hindi boring? Ano pa? Okay, third point. Bakit hindi boring? Ipakita natin kung gaano kasaya ang Orcas. Orcas? Alright.
Go Echo Lad!
See? Sabi nila boring daw ang Pilipinas. So, sa lahat ng mga nanonood, future mga kalaban, anong message mo sa kanila?
Kung sinasabi nilang boring yung MPL sa Pilipinas, mas magiging boring pag naging kalaban namin sila.
Oh!
And I rest my case.
And that closes the interview. All right, everybody. Kung
Para kay
boring ang Philippines, mas magiging boring kapag sila ang katapat nyo.
Maganda na kayo ha.
Okay, alright. Kung sino man yung nagsabi nun, alam mo na. Sabi daw yung MPL Philippines, boring daw. Boring daw. Hindi ko gets. Ano yung boring para sa inyo?
Para sa akin yung boring yung sa mga bansang puro team fight lang ng team fight na parang hindi ginagamitan ng brain.
House of Highlights. Hindi alam paano tapusin yung laro. Puro highlights. No, yung hindi na nanalo ng international.
Yun, yung boring. Dito,
pwede.
so sa lahat ng ating mga manonood, anong bansa kaya tong boring na to na binabanggit nila? Kasi ako, makakamot ulo lang ako. I don't know.
Oeb, ano ba ang boring para sa'yo?
Kaya naboboringan sila, hindi kasi nila maintindihan eh.
Kung naboboringan kayo, punta na lang kayo ng Pinas, papaintindi namin sa inyo.
I think we can finally conclude, hindi boring ang MPL Philippines.
You know what? We've said it a lot of times today. I don't think hindi kailangan pa natin siyang sabihin any longer.
Now, I believe the reason they did this change is because I had made a response video following the day one claims, saying how wrong they were and how out of context this was. That whole MPL PH thing is so funny. You want to know why? So two things happened, dear. One of two things happened. And first of all, what they said about the PH production, the hosts, they don't come up with any of it. It's always the production tells them what to say, and they make something for it, and they tell the hosts, like Mara, to say it. Whatever was said, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like Mara didn't really come up with it. It was just the PH production that came up with it. Now, one of two things happened here. One, either someone on PH production got butthurt about me saying PH production is compared to Indo. So they tried to make it sound like I said Indo is better than PH, when all I said in the clip was that PH is better gameplay and Indo is more entertaining because of production. Their production is better. Okay? So either one, the guy got butthurt on production and they tried to weaponize it to attack me. They tried to weaponize all the copy pasta PH people who just like copy, PH champions, all that stuff. Of course, PH is a better region. I never said that. I never said PH was worse. I said Indo production was better. But I think it's so funny that they just said that I think MPL PH is boring compared to PH. Now, either one, the guy got upset and he wanted to attack me in some sort of way, or two, which I think is objectively worse, that they thought that attacking me is entertainment for the MPL PH stream, which I think is literally like the worst possible thing if they actually thought it's entertainment. because they can't create interesting production inside their own region. So what they need to do is attack me inside the States. I'm like, I'm irrelevant, bro. I haven't been to like a good international competition in 2 years since like M4. And I haven't done anything in the last like 2 years. And they think by showing me out of context saying MPL PH is boring is good entertainment is so hilarious. If that's the case, I really hope it was the guy that got upset about it and he tried to attack me, because I would rather that than them actually thinking it's entertainment to show quotes from me with how irrelevant I am. I think that whole situation is hilarious. Like, I'm not even mad. I just think it's funny. Clippers need to be accountable. Bro, the Clippers aren't at fault, though. It's not the Clippers' fault. I like Mara, and it's so out of the, like, random for her to do a clip like that. So I'm like 90% certain that it was the production that told her to talk about it. Of course, she probably came up with the boring part. I think it's funny, but it's probably it's definitely the production that told her to talk about it, and it just proves my point even more, honestly, that PH production is compared to Indo. And when I say production, chat, I mean the people sitting backstage or like the ones on their computers, like telling what to say. Like the ideas they have are just not that great. The hosts are fantastic. The hosts are the only reason why they're like carrying it. They 100% know they're in the wrong, but they want to try to play innocent by not saying my name anymore, and things like, oh, we weren't addressing anyone directly, we're just saying this in general. But it's too late now. They literally showed my M4 picture on their screen and put, quote, Fwydchickn said this the day before. And it's crazy that they think their audience and fans are like that stupid to not be able to piece those two things together. The whole MPL livestream chat, I checked literally right before recording this, is literally spamming my name. Fwydchickn is boring. Says it's boring. Fwydchickn is a... Blah, blah, blah. Like an MPL PH stream, bro. On a side note as well, I stated that MPL PH gameplay is the best, and then I said MPL PH is stale, followed with examples of the production, and only talking about the production, because I was only referring to the production. Some of you might think these words, boring and stale, mean the same thing, but they rewarded it to boring intentionally because it sounds much more offensive and powerful compared to stale, which I thought was just like, wow, they really went that far. In the day 2 stream, throughout the whole stream, they talk about how it's boring or make jokes around those lines, essentially ridiculing me for 4 hours straight. It's said so many times that I cannot fit them all in this video without it being an hour long. Now, before I discuss how bad it is with how misleading they were twisting my words, do not blame the hosts, casters, or pros for anything they said. I've met most of them and they're all great people. It is the production behind the scenes that tells the casters what they can and cannot say, or tell the pros what questions they're going to ask. And they don't usually take no for an answer. I've been there in the exact same situation before. Although, you know, case to case dependent, I don't play an MPL PH. Could be slightly different. It's their livelihoods that are on the line, and they can't really refuse. The people I am addressing are the ones who sit behind their computers and headsets coming up with their poor ideas of production entertainment and just half-assed production overall. How is it possible that someone on that team thought it was a good idea to manipulate the words of a foreign pro player, taking them out of context to make me look bad? Now, this really isn't new for anything drama related or how drama goes. Honestly, it's pretty typical. But this is a fucking entire professional league representing a country, bro. Not to mention the current undisputed #1 country in pro play. I fully believe PH is the best in the game right now. And I've said so too several times in the clip shown before, but they tried to paint it as if I'm saying PH gameplay is boring? Are you kidding me? Now, before I go, I don't mind all the hate I'm getting. I'm pretty used to it. I get free views and attention from this. I do appreciate those who worry for my well-being and ask if I'm doing alright, but I actually just find this really funny as it's so unbelievably crazy that an entire MPL production team will get petty about a 120,000 subscriber YouTuber pro player saying their production is bad. If they never said anything or pointed out what I said, nobody would have cared. I've been saying this for years. What I am upset about is the fact that instead of taking constructive criticism or flat out ignoring me, they're so childish they need to manipulate my words and manipulate their fans to paint me in a bad light. Instead of improving upon themselves, they chose to attack me and attempt to denounce my credibility and reputation like this. It's not my place to say any more beyond this. I only made this video for people who don't understand English too well or don't want to search through all the clips to figure out what's going on. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and have a nice day.